Хайо, дорогие друзья, с вами Дима, и мы с вами начинаем проходить приключенческий квест, где у нас решение головоломок принимает важные решения, которые приведут к последствиям. Игра называется Council. Ну что, давайте начнем. Погнали!
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Так, подожди, вот так.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Так, что-то нажимать надо здесь, да? Нет. Окей.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No, even though...
Так, подожди, мне кажется... Не то, подожди. Что-то мне кажется прям слишком, блядь...
You impress me more and more. I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to von Borchardt.
Так, золотой эликсир, окей. Спустя месяц.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up von Burchard's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water. Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues? You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
That's right. Until now, I've never been invited by Lord Mortimer.
You'll see. You won't soon forget it.
Given what I've seen so far, I wish I'd been passed over.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Приход словили.
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay for what you've done.
Hugh.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on?
Приход словили, но титечки у нее ничего.
Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me.
Так, подожди, надо чуть-чуть чувствительность, наверное, убавить на 40, если ну-ка.
What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
А если еще чуть-чуть чувствительность убавить? На 27, к примеру. Во, вот так, по-моему, получше будет. Окей, ну чё, пошли. А быстрее ты можешь? О, беги, бежи. Ну, здравствуйте, герцогиня.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Ага, выберите класс. Дипломат. Душа любой компании. Он очень красноречив, тактичен и убедителен в разговорах с собеседниками. Отлично разбирается в политике. Оккультист. Оккультист – мастер обмана. Он посвятил свою жизнь науке и искусству, готов идти по головам, не испытывая угрызений совести. Детектив. Детектив – эксперт в расследованиях. Он замечает мельчайшие детали в окружающей обстановке и поведении собеседников. На пути к цели действует решительно и прямолинейно. Но точно не оккультист. Либо дипломат, либо детектив. Эксперт в расследованиях. Он замечает мельчайшие детали в окружающей обстановке. На пути к цели действует. Я вот думаю дипломата выбрать. Давайте дипломата. Так, 3 очка у нас. 3 очка. Отвлекайте внимание собеседников, меняйте тему разговора и уходить от ответа. Убеждайте собеседников в своей правоте, демонстрирование вот это точно. Ой, блядь, а можно как-то отменить? Подожди. Давайте посмотрим. А мы вот это можем прокачать? Типа, будьте в курсе последних достижений науки и медицины. Пользуйтесь своими познаниями в области искусства. Отвлекайте внимание собеседников. Меняйте тему разговора и уходите от ответа. Может быть, вот это лучше, чем вот это прокачать. Я сейчас хочу прокачать все 3 ветки. Я понимаю, то, что я выбрал дипломата, но мне кажется, вот в самом начале надо будет прокачать вот хотя бы по одному из 3 веток. Типа, мне кажется, вот это лучше сделать. Вот так. Потом... пользуйтесь своими познаниями в области искусства, географии, истории, мифологии. Заставляйте людей действовать в ваших интересах. Вот это, кстати, нормально. Типа манипулирование. И потом... Кто там? Бдительно замечайте важные детали. Прибегайте к логическому мышлению и красноречию. Кстати, вот это Нормально. Читайте своих собеседников как открытую книгу. Я бы, наверное, вот это, психологию, в принципе, прокачал бы. Да, давайте так и сделаем.
Well, I've devoted myself to the interests of France to the best of my abilities. A few years ago, I had a brush with some of your fellow countrymen.
Counter-revolutionaries, I'd imagine.
Exactly. They got away, thanks to a little diversion I came up with to keep the sans-culottes away. Believe me, they came close to adorning the walls of the catacombs of Paris.
So that young French diplomat was you? The mercy you showed the agents of the Queen roused the admiration of the court. Few would have let them leave France alive.
Duchess, I'm surprised that anyone still remembers.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Блять, попробовать обмануть ее.
How could I forget a woman such as yourself?
A woman such as me. What a sweet talker you are. Remind me of how we met?
Так, навыки позволяют давать особые ответы и совершать разные поступки. Чтобы применить навык, необходимы очки действия. Чем выше уровень доступными навыками, открытие соответствующую вкладку. Блять. Не, ну в Париже-то мы точно не...
Oh,
Давайте
Emily,
попробуем.
I am marked for life. I'm sure you leave your mark on every man who crosses your path.
Pardon?
That extravagant uniqueness, with its rare blend of whimsical banality and cat-like curiosity. There's a veil of mystery around you that only adds to your charm and your curves. You would enchant any man.
Hold it, Louis. You've lost me there.
It's as though you have several women hidden inside you, Emily. I mustn't share my true feelings about you. If I ever dared,
Так,
I...
пикап
No,
пошел.
dare not, Louis. Better that way. You go and take a deep breath, and we'll forget all about it.
Hey, Emily, you've gone all red. Are you blushing?
Right, time to go to the manor.
Применяйте навыки, чтобы обнаруживать скрытые детали. Выбирайте наиболее подходящий к ситуациям элемент окружения. Использование возможностей не требует очков действия. Для применения необходимого навыка достаточно, чтобы он был получен.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Каждый человек, с которым вы знакомитесь на острове, обладает своим характером. К одним навыкам он может проявить устойчивость, к другим слабость. Пользуйтесь его сильными и слабыми сторонами. Столкнувшись с устойчивостью, вы потерпите неудачу и почувствуете измождение. А воспользовавшись слабостью, вернете одно потраченное очко действия. Чтобы узнать, к чему ваши собеседники проявляют устойчивость или слабость, откройте в меню вкладку «Журнал». Чтобы открыть... Это что, это таб?
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know?
Подожди. Навыки это понятно. Звание, черты. Угу. Логика у нее, устойчивость. Надо, значит, это логику не принимать. Не применять. Английская герцогиня. То-то. Понятно. А как-то прочитать можно без...
You'll see, Louis.
окей.
Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
Так, ну мы
I
ее
don't know
запикапим.
where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Так, при... Сейчас я сяду поудобнее. При выполнении определенных действий вы будете получать новые звания. Узнать, как разблокировать звания и какие преимущества они дают, можно на соответствующей вкладке. Чтобы ознакомиться со всеми званиями, откройте меню соответствующую вкладку. Это получается тап и вот звание. Опытный дипломат. Иди твой налево. Силач. Ух. А пикап есть здесь какой-нибудь? Упрямец, опытный оккультист, детектив, посол, демагог, коллекционер, хитрец. Наблюдатель, лекарь. Нифига здесь сколько. Алхимик, упрямец, знаток, эксперт, нахал, пустомеля, грубиян. Вот, джентльмен. Нам надо джентльменом быть. Психолог, хозяин. Вот хозяином положения тоже надо будет быть. Выжатый лимон, молния, проныра, искуситель. Ух. Янтарный принц. Библиофил, это нам не надо. Ученик. Мастер на все руки. Это тоже, это типа муж на час будет. Эконом, Нет, трезвенника нам не надо. Министр, большое сердце. Ага, то есть слабость тоже надо... Подожди, а Элизабет это она? Что-то я забыл. Дознаватель, шпион, властитель, переводчик, политик, оратор, офицер, эрудит, опытный дипломат. Короче, понятно. Так, предметы. Предметов у нас нету, да? А, нет, вот есть. Уклонение плюс 1 очко. Хорошо. А как-то его... Ага. Черты. Дипломат, доверчивый, харизматичный. Ну, окей, понятно, погнали. Погнали дальше. Так, что это такое? Горшочек меда. Мед восстанавливает 2 очка действия. Можно хранить не более 5 горшочков. Чтобы выпить, нажмите 1. Ага. Значит, все-таки здесь надо будет... Блять.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Короче, здесь надо ходить, тоже собирать. Вот что-то лежит еще. Мед. Так, а пробежаться? Давайте пробежимся. Стоп. Так, ну вроде бы все собрали. Стоп. Блин, вот это все светится, такое ощущение, что что-то здесь есть. Вот видишь? А здесь нет ничего. А ну-ка, если сюда пробежаться.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richer.
Monsieur de Richer. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richer's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials S.D.R. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richer. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
That handkerchief belongs to me. Please hand it over now.
But, sir,
I'll speak directly to your master about it. It will be a very long conversation.
Of course, sir. Please, take it. On that note, I must leave you, sir. There is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Так, где там журнал? Смотрите. Это слуга. Слабость убеждения. Значит, слугу можно убедить. Логикой здесь действовать не надо. Надо будет... Так, а Луи... это мы. А кто такой Пиджи? Все, я понял. Это пока еще неизвестно и... Тоже неизвестно. Окей. Погнали здесь...
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Давайте
This
возьмем.
might just come in handy.
Вдруг понадобится. Так. Пойдем вернемся. Может, там что-нибудь есть. Появится.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look.
Давайте вот это.
It's too badly written, I can't make out the address.
A letter written in an Oriental language.
This letter's in Japanese. It's addressed to a certain Kei Shotaro in Tokyo. The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London.
Да блин, не туда нажал.
The address is 50 Bedford Square, London. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently. An
Да блин,
address in
опять не туда.
Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently.
This envelope is meant for the Vatican. This name sounds familiar. Pashi. No. Can't seem to place it. Probably a Dutchman. Hôtel de Cluny, Rue de Mathurin, Paris. I guarantee this letter is for my mother. The address is a hideout for the Golden Order. If you write anyone over there, you have to watch out in case someone's reading your mail.
But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois?
Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richer.
What is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does that name sound so familiar? Ah, it's coming back to me. Godoy is the head of the Spanish government. He was appointed by King Charles IV, if I'm not mistaken. Rumor has it that he's very close to the Queen. Too close. Much too close. But hey, that's none of my business. He has a reputation of being upright and proud, very attached to the aristocracy, and close to Louis XVI. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
Так, кому устойчивость? Угу.
A lantern. Nothing special.
Так, ну все, побежали дальше. Так, смотрим, что у нас здесь. Так, ну сюда я пройти не могу, поэтому погнали сюда. А у меня нету этого навыка, да? А, есть.
Locked. I'll never get it open bare-handed.
Понятно. А, пруд же можно.
Clearly, I'm not much for manual
Понятно.
labor. Let's see if I can get it open another way.
Так, сейчас я еще пробегу. Типа я... А, что еще?
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Так, ну вроде бы все собрали здесь.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Нормальный особняк такой.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance.
Так, сейчас это
Listen,
будет.
if it will
Опа.
help, you can always give it to me.
Противостояние. В ходе разговора вам необходимо преодолеть несколько этапов и завоевать доверие собеседника. Исход противостояния оказывает непосредственное влияние на развитие сюжета, поэтому не забывайте пользоваться навыками. Во время противостояния на экране будут отображаться символы, которые подскажут несколько, насколько вы были убедительны. Окей, давай попробуем.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Чё ты, блядь, какой-то подозрительный, а? Чё-то ты идти налево.
If you know my mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but...
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing less from you. Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the organizations for which we work. You are the worthy son of Sarah.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Да, конечно, можешь. Чё ты?
Don't worry, Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Riche's word with the same fervor.
Ah, I would expect nothing less. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Клянусь. На последнем этапе вы должны убедить своего собеседника, выбрав нужную реплику. Если вы дадите неправильный ответ, этап будет повторяться до тех пор, пока вы не сделаете верный выбор. Или не совершите максимально допустимое количество ошибок. Если противостояние окажется неудачным, это последний этап повторится. Окей. Да, обещаю.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I am going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Riche. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, She always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well
Yes, sir.
played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Многие улики и предметы в игре спрятаны. Они могут повлиять на развитие сюжета, поэтому внимательно осматривай. Ага, все понял. Так, давайте-ка вокруг здесь пройдемся. Насколько яростно повышает эмпатию. Некоторое время вы будете видеть, к чему ваш собеседник испытывает устойчивость и слабость. Ага. Так, где этот? Все понятно. Так, предметы. Приглашение, носовой. Где моего... вот, все. Мед это 3. Ой, чтобы увидеть 3, это 1. 1, 3, 1, 3. Восстановить 2 очка действия. Давайте, может быть, выпьем мы одну или... Нет, давайте мы пока сохраним. Сколько там... Блин, прикиньте, я забыл, сколько там максимум надо. Нет, сюда нам не надо. Давайте мы сейчас везде с вами побегаем, посмотрим. Так, а сюда я зайти не могу, да? Ага. И на второй этаж я тоже...
I've just arrived. It might be bad manners to go upstairs without being invited. Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
По мере прохождения вы будете черпать знания из литературных трудов. Перед началом каждого задания вы можете выбрать манускрипт и получить очки навыков. Чтобы ознакомиться с доступными вам манускриптами, откройте в меню вкладку «Предметы». Так, ну-ка, подожди. Где? Вот это, что ли? Так, журнал, карта, навыки. Манипулировать можем. Что-то там же у нас еще открывалось или нет? Подожди. Или это просто... Убеждение. Убеждение. Вот, убеждение. У нас это есть, что ли? Или подожди. Нет. Ну это типа... То, что у меня есть эта книга, все, я понял. Все, понял.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to
Нихуя
make your
себе,
acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Блин, но пока...
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
Two members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Пока мы слабых сторон и сильных не
Seriously,
знаем,
though.
поэтому...
I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Так, остаться с Вашингтоном. Давайте, наверное, поговорить с
My
Холлом.
vision is more important. Let's follow home.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have... But he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was, too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have
Блядь.
something to eat, my friend. You look rather
Проебал.
pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you. You seem to know my mother well. Is that true?
Who does not know of her, sir? She has such a wide circle that everyone knows your mother from a distance or close up.
Everyone knows Sarah, my son.
But you only know her by her reputation.
I remember she once worked for the Crown of England and that she always honors her engagements. However, we have never been personally introduced, sadly.
Well, if I'm to believe my vision, you're not going to get along with her.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Home. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. And what with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Could my mother have had a problem with someone during her stay here?
No, not at all. Your mother has always been charming company, and everyone got on very well with her.
Not even a...
Everyone gets on well with the famous Sara de Ricci, boy.
Блять, а чё виснет-то нахуй?
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Dinchet.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Stand back, please, so she can breathe.
Elizabeth is accustomed to this kind of thing.
It looks like it's just a dizzy spell. Can you tell me something about her? The dizzy spell is harmless, but her general condition is frankly alarming. You seem to know her. What is she suffering from?
I don't know exactly, but her father sent her to us in the hope that she would recover all her faculties. It would appear she suffers from episodes of dementia.
Is she aggressive?
Sometimes, but only toward herself. She has never hit out at anyone else, I can assure you of that. She wasn't like that this morning. Something must have upset her.
That's one way to put it.
The poor girl is exhausted, but that's not the cause of her problem.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead.
You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
The sign of the beast. He's referring to the tattoo on her hand.
Yes, Your Eminence, I saw it. I don't know what the young woman has been through, but she is marked for life.
It is the least one can say. You know the meaning, don't you?
Protection against the evil one.
It is a rare practice reserved for cases of possession, Louis. I have seen it during exorcism.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
А можно будет в покое этой сисястой
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is...
Так, а у меня вопрос. Навыки. Я вообще ничего не могу прокачать? Нет. Звание. Карта. А тут указано, где... Нет, не указано. Хуерты, предметы, журнал.
my room?
Окей.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Так, пойдем пробежимся, посмотрим, что здесь есть. Тут по-любому что-то интересное будет. Так.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte. Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Decorum guide. A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Так, на тот этаж нельзя. Тут закрыто.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Так, ну вроде бы мы по кругу пробежались. Или нет? Где он там сказал комната? Что-то справа там.
President George Washington. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Блин, давайте, наверное, не будем открывать, потому что мы дали клятву, то, что мы передадим это письмо.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow! Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Так, ну первая глава. Ага. В смысле, я решил не брать книгу? Какую книгу? А, я там решетку-то, блядь, не открыл. Точно. Так, 4 очка навыка. Так, смотрим. Что нам там попадалось? Подожди. Мы с вами дипломаты, поэтому подстраивайтесь под ситуацию, подкупайтесь описанной лестью и прибегайте к заволь... Вот это. Вот это. Ну, раз я дипломат, надо качать дипломатию, это прям вот 100%. Ну, я так думаю. Я бы, наверное... Все-таки прокачал бы, наверное, скорее всего... Блин, прикиньте, я даже не знаю. Так, давайте, подожди, стоп. Давайте, наверное, так сделаем. Потому что отвлечение нам по-любому надо. Вот так сделаем. И следующее, наверное, скорее всего... Скорее всего... Так. А, еще одно. Давайте, наверное, манипулирование будем вот так делать. Все. Так. Этикет. Уклонение. Убеждение. Я бы убеждение, наверное, выбрал. Потому что, в принципе, этикет, ну, блин. Достойного поведения. Убеждение бы я бы выбрал, честно. Давай вот так сделаем.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
I'm coming.
Так, ну что, дорогие друзья, первая глава у нас закончилась, поэтому продолжим уже в следующей серии. Игра мне очень-очень сильно нравится. Ну а с вами был Дима. Всем до скорой встречи. Всем пока.